So welcome to the next episode of Pikmin. We're gonna start right away. The first thing I want to mention is that I'm not actually playing right now. My hands are empty. Because, well, the gameplay you're seeing on the screen right now, I already recorded this once, and made the rookie mistake of forgetting to turn on the microphone. So, all the footage of the game is here, but my commentary was not recorded. So I'm actually going to be watching my own gameplay right here that I've already done and commentating over it, and this is actually a pretty good thing because now I'm able to focus more on what I was saying, because the first time I did this video it wasn't a mess. I wouldn't say it's a mess at all. It was pretty much the same as the first video, but there were a lot of parts where I focused too much on the game and I had to sacrifice commentary for that. And so now I don't have to do that. I can just run with whatever I want to say. I don't really have to focus about having a controller in my hands. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, is that this is post-commentary. And that's it. So I do remember kind of what happens. So like the gameplay you're seeing right now clearly isn't something that's happening to me for the first time, but I didn't like memorize it because it was an hour and a half of gameplay, and I only watched it, or I only played it once. I never rewatched it like to prepare for this. There's no scripted anything about this. So I'm gonna I thought I'd kind of do it like a sportscaster kind of thing, like now. It looks like we're gonna be aiming for those two pieces in the back of the level. We have a lot of other pieces to get through today. We have beady long legs to do. We have, we already beat the mushroom. We have the antidioxin filter and the gear. We have the gear that's up on top on the tower there. So we're just gonna see how many of those we can do today. So for this first episode, I get to finally start doing the big thing that I wanted to do all along with this channel, which would be interacting with the audience. On my previous videos, this is day 7, so I posted 6 videos, each one was 1 day of Pikmin, and I got a few comments, and I'm thrilled that I did. I thought at most I'd get maybe 1, but I actually got 4. I got 3 comments, and I got 1 on the anonymous site. So while we're playing the gameplay here, I was gonna go through some of those comments. First off, though, I hate Wollywogs. Because that happens every single time I fight a Wollywog. I either throw a couple too many Pikmin, and they land underneath, and then he smashes them. Wollywogs are the worst enemy in this game to me. Like, if I had the choice to fight the final boss or to fight a Wollywog, I'd fight the final boss. Because they're just a mess. Pikmin don't know what to do, and then they trip, and when you call them, then it also calls the Pikmin who are, like, latching onto the Wollywog, and then they fall down, and then, like, all of them get crushed at once. Worst enemy. Most annoying enemy, I mean. Okay, but there's still one left. There's still another Wollywog who's gonna wipe out even more of my team. Hopefully I have enough to carry the antidioxin filter. There's another one down. Just not a good time. Not a good time. These Wollywogs. They get at least a little easier in Pikmin 2. Just because their health goes down faster. And the sound effect's a little different. That's not helpful. It's just that that's something I noticed, is the sound effect is different in Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2. As far as fighting them, yeah, they're easier in the second game, as all the enemies are in this game. And we're gonna get him. It looks like things are going pretty smooth. I'm pretty happy with this. Well, I'm not actually happy with this because of how many have already died. But okay, that guy's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's going great. Maybe if I just keep saying it, then everything will be okay. Something just finished. I think it was that black wall. That's the only other thing that we started on today. Now it's time for the filter. It's the antidioxin filter. This fits over the rocket's exhaust ports and filters out all disease-causing agents from the ship's exhaust. That means I'll be able to move around without polluting the planet's atmosphere. I feel worlds better. I really like that. I like I like how Olimar feels about being careful with a planet that he doesn't even live on. It's a very endearing trait of his. It makes him just a little bit better of a character. He was already a great character. There's a lot to like about Olimar. I don't really have any complaints about him. He's just great. So now we're gonna tackle these. There's just the bridge because we need yellow Pikmin and we need blue Pikmin for this part. So we're just gonna start on the bridge. That needs some time to get done anyway, and then we're gonna come back with some yellows and blues to get both those pieces going at once. And hopefully the anti-dioxin filter will be there in time, and we can bring those reds so we have enough Pikmin in the field to carry both pieces at once. And day's not even half over, and we're doing great. So before I go on with commentating the game, because we're in a slow part right now, just travel, I want to read one of the comments that was on one of the other videos. So, on my second video, I got a comment from GPaceJL7889, who says, "You popped up on my homepage. Good video. Keep it up. Boosting." I read this comment and I was just so happy that this is something that I'm a part of now. This whole thing about, like, people interacting with my videos instead of just, I make a video because it's fun, and then that's it. And, like, it's just something I'm doing. Now it's kind of like, it proved to me that there's real people out there that are in it, and maybe they're in it because they're ready to see, like, how it's going to improve, or maybe people already like the content, but as this person says, they think it's a good video. Oh, I gotta read this description. Because we got the anti-dioxin filter, now we get to see the second fun description for it. "The laws of deep space require all ships to eliminate all pollutants." Which kind of goes against the first thing that I said about the first description of that part. How Olimar cares about a planet he doesn't even live on. Apparently he's just doing it to confide to the space laws. So maybe forget that thing I said about Olimar being a compassionate character. No, he still is. He's still a very compassionate character. It's just, it's a funny little contradiction there. Back to this comment. When I saw this comment at first, like, it's easy to take it as, like, wow, like, a nice person, a great comment, but, like, the whole concept of just being in it together, it's kind of something I want to pass forward. Because this person, even if it was just a couple sentences, like, they did the thing that I was asking people to do. They got involved, and it showed, and it has a positive impact on me, and I want to give that impact to other people. And I want to tell people that even if you think a small impact on somebody is small, and they forget it an hour later, that's really not true. Because this is also something I experienced with all the little comments I would get on my Pikmin 2 clips that didn't have me on camera. The fact I was getting views and comments and subscribers, it really did make me keep going. If I hadn't, like with this comment, if I hadn't gotten this first comment, then I really would have dragged my feet, even recording this next session here. So it does make a difference. And like whether the person is not thinking about it an hour from now, it does influence people's long-term decisions as well. And I want to pass that forward. I want to let people know that there are people out there who support you for who you are and what you do. Let's get back to the game, because that was kind of a little too deep for what this game's all about, which I'm fine with, but let's stick to the game. Let the game decide the pace. I found my Libra. My daughter gave this to me. It's named after her astrological sign. My sweet little girl. I wonder what she's doing right at this moment. What a good father. He's here striving to save his own life, but he's still thinking about his family and how his family is gonna worry for him. Good character all around. Alright, so right after this piece, we're gonna run for the, it's not the computer. It's one of the computers. There is some kind of computer coming up in this pool of water up here. And he tripped, and Pikmin trip all the time, and I don't like to lose a single one. And then they just mush up against the wall when you hit X. These confined little spaces. Ugh. You know, I like it for its little quirks like that. It makes it a little more challenging, in my opinion. If everything was perfect and streamlined, it'd just be like a regular. Oh, I found my analog computer. This computer conveys the kind of vague data that falls outside the range of ones and zeros. Actually, to be honest, it's a little bit too vague, so it isn't very helpful. But you still need it anyway, so we're gonna grab it. Yeah, if this game was more, like, perfected and streamlined, like, if you didn't have stray Pikmin run everywhere, catching on fire, tripping, getting caught on corners, like, that adds to the experience of the game, to me. It adds a little bit of that random aspect to it. Ooh, don't catch on fire. Okay, it was just Olimar. I'm fine if Olimar catches on fire, because he's gonna be fine. He's gonna survive. So far, nothing's gone bad. Nothing's gone wrong in this day. Except the Wollywogs. I'm still upset about that. Oh yeah, forgot to mention I got a new look today. I just wanted to. I did have a background. I don't right now because the place I was hanging it from, the ceiling, I put a string up on these two hooks and they're just a little too far back, so the background is it doesn't really work. It's just you see a sheet and then you see the corners of my room. So I'm gonna work on that next time and I'm gonna have a background up. It's gonna be a gray background. And we're about to get the Libra. Is that the third piece or the second? That's the second. Yeah, the third piece is coming. It's the analog computer. Libra, my daughter gave this to me. My late return must have her very worried. Yeah, unless she doesn't know you're gone. Because if, like, was Olimar supposed to be back home, like, on this day, on the day of, like, day 7? Or was he supposed to be home in, like, 90 days from now? I mean, context gives the answer, but I don't know. It just seems weird. Oh, now we're gonna get the gear! So many pieces in one day. It feels so good to just get this level out of the way. Piece after piece after piece. Don't need to get any new Pikmin, because not a whole lot died today. 30. And I think now we're gonna go work on that wall by Beady Longlegs, because there's still a few walls that have not been knocked down, like that big black one there. Yeah. Yep, we didn't finish the bombs, which is kind of silly, because when I first started the 3rd level, a few episodes ago, I made a point about, like, oh, before I like to get all the parts in this level, I like to knock down all the walls first, and I didn't even do that. I think I just, well, I mean, commentating probably distracted me, made me think, okay, good. We're gonna get moving, we're gonna get all these pieces. Ooh, bugs. Ugh, hate them too. Not as much as Wollywogs. In the second game, I don't hate them, but in this game, they kill your Pikmin too fast. Analog computer. This strengthens the outward emotions of the dolphin's computer. While it does make the computer smart, it also makes it quick to anger. It's just like my boss. So that's like an AI computer. Because it has emotions, or it has like fake emotions, or something like that. Pikmin keep dying to this one guy, and they're not even killing it. Okay. Let's get started on the wall. Maybe Olimar can help that little guy. Oh, he beat him all on his own. See, I love red Pikmin. This is why I love red Pikmin. Fighting machines. Automatic gear. It has thin cracks running through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. I hope it will be alright. I'm realizing I didn't read the first description of that ship part. But oh well. That's okay. Maybe I can look it up. Maybe I can look it up and add it. No, I'm not going to do that, because then I'd have to, like, make room for it and stop the pace of the video. So, no worries. No worries. It's just a little blue gear that has some cracks in it that he filled with dirt. That's all it is. So we're coming up on the end of the in-game day. We got the wall down. I don't think we're going to go for bombs, because there's just not enough time. I get kind of worried when it's this late in the day. We have one little guy over here. He didn't quite make it with the gear. He just stayed behind. But we don't forget him. And another one, right there. See, that's what I was talking about before, about this game, just like, it's not, like, it's purposely imperfect with the Pikmin AI. And that's part of the challenge. It's part of like, oh, I lost a couple Pikmin randomly, how did that happen? It creates its own stories. So, we're about at the end of the day. We have 25 Pikmin in the field. On that wall, right. And we're gonna... we might go for the bombs today. We do have some time. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go try to knock down some walls. See if we can get Beady Longlegs tomorrow. I think he's the last ship part in this region, in the 3rd level. So tomorrow all we have is Beady Longlegs. And that's it. And that's it. It'll be a short day. We'll probably end it early. I might combine it with the next day. We'll see how that works out. And today now we're just gonna sit here. Oh, we weren't gonna get bombs. We're just gonna help them knock down the wall. Still a good plan. It does not take long to get bombs, and it also does not take long to fight Beady Longlegs. Even in this game, if you know the strategy. And I'll show you the strategy. It'll be in the next episode. So I did want to talk about the comments some more. I talked about one, but I really want to give each comment a fair amount of time to be in the spotlight. So I'm going to wait until next episode to talk about the other ones. I can talk about the anonymous one because I don't really know how I'm going to deal with anonymous comments, because I'm using a website where you can leave an anonymous comment, as I've said 1,000 times before. Simple, easy, you don't need to sign up for anything, you just type in a box and hit send, and that's it. And I got someone who sent me a link to a song, a Pikmin 4 rap song, and they wanted me to review it, and I thought, this is great, I love music, I would love to review songs. And so I'm going to. It's not going to be on a whim, like reading these comments. I'm not scripting my response to them. But when it comes to actually like reviewing music, I firmly believe that it deserves some really thorough thought and a script. So I'm going to make a scripted video reviewing that Pikmin 4 song. So it's not going to show up in this video. So that comment, this is me mentioning the comment, I'm not going to show the comment because there's not really much point, and it was on the anonymous site, and that's what I wanted to mention. I don't know if I'm going to read aloud the comments I get on the anonymous site. I think I'm going to, but I don't think I'm going to show screenshots of them like I am with YouTube comments, because there's just something about that feels like, here you can comment, and it's kind of secret. Oh, excuse me. 7 days since impact. There are now only 13 parts that I still need to retrieve. Will I be able to recover the remaining parts in 23 more days? Surely there are some parts that are not absolutely necessary. If my ship is not complete by day 30, the only way I will find out is to try to lift off. I just recalled the day I took my son for a ride in this spaceship. He was so happy. I shall tell him of this journey when I return. And I shall return, I must. I can already see the look of wonder on his precious face as I describe my adventures with the Pikmin. Glad I can read all these in the time, because, as I said, this is pre-recorded, so I'm not deciding when I go to the next box. So on the next episode, we're gonna talk more about comments.